Hello everybody, how are you? Today we have another Monday's Music Seed, and today it's about children age 3 to 5. Although you can use this song also with children that are younger or that are older, okay? So the idea of this live session is mostly to check how do we do music with children 3 to 5, okay? What are the things that we can do with kids of this age? And I'll tell you a little bit of what we do here. Hi, Elishka, hi. I'll tell you a little bit what we do here in Music Tree regarding to that, and then we go a little bit deeper into the theory. So we're gonna talk a little bit about music learning theory. So what happens when we try to support the development of musicality in children age 3 to 5. And from music learning theory, buenos dias, Shirley. So for the moment we have Holland and we have Costa Rica. That's perfect, a nice combination. So yes, let's start with singing the song that I shared with you today. Okay, so we're learning the chords. They're super simple. It's always C and G. If you want to, or Do and Sol, okay? If you want, you can add Fa as well, just to give it a little difference sometimes, but it's not needed, okay? Just Do and Sol and you have a whole song. So let's sing it together. Kangaroo, kangaroo, jumping up and down. Kangaroo, kangaroo, moving off the ground. How high can you jump when you've got the groove? Uncle Veneto, when the dingo tries to bounce, well, you've got the move. Kangaroo, kangaroo, jumping up and down. Kangaroo, kangaroo, moving off the ground. Jump, 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 jump. Salvise, just thinking about Veneto made me a little bit drunk. Started thinking about some nice spritz when I was singing the song, and I was like can instead of jump, jump, jump. Okay, no problem. All good. So, what are the chords of this song? Well, the lyrics, you find them in the reel, and the chords are super complicated. Do, sol, sol, do. Repeat it twice. Do, sol, sol, do. And then when we go to how high can you jump, that part is do, sol, sol, do. 2 times. And then when we go to jump, 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 that is do, sol, sol, do. I told you it's a very simple song, okay? But it's quite effective because there are many elements that are fun for kids at this age about kangaroos jumping. And the reality is that kids love to jump. Kids love to jump a lot. And the kangaroo in general, it's a funny animal, no? It's an interesting animal, and if we don't live in Australia, it's not that you see many kangaroos around. So kangaroos, when I was young, for me, was a bit like dinosaurs, these type of animals that you never see in your life. Anyway, kangaroo jumping up and down. So it's just about this kangaroo that jumps, and then there is a dingo, which is this kind of wild dog of Australia that tries to catch him. And so the song says, when the dingo tries to pounce, well, you've got to move, so better you go when you have somebody that tries to attack you. And then jump, 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 jump. So this song basically is structured in 3 parts. The first one, which is presenting the situation, kangaroo, kangaroo, jumping up and down, kangaroo, kangaroo, moving off the ground. And that's a happy kangaroo. Then there is a second part, when the dingo tries to pounce, well, you've got the groove, no? How high can you jump when you've got the move? So, or when you're in the groove. You can always change a little bit the lyrics, nothing really matters. It's not essential that you sing exactly what's written there. Anyway, when the dingo tries to pounce, well, when you've got to move. And then there is the last part, which is a typical start and stop game. Jump, jump, jump. and there is a rest there, right? Jump, 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 rest, jump, 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 rest, jump, 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 rest, jump, 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 rest. Okay, so the rest is not actually considered a longer rest. So when I play it for kids that are already old, I do jump, 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 but I don't modify the tempo of a song or the duration of a last beat. I'm not doing jump, 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 because that would bring them out of a rhythm of a song, right? That I do when the kids are younger, because they need to understand the game, they need to understand to stop in that moment, okay? So when children are older, I just do a very short strumming. Jump, 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 jump. But I'm not really changing the tempo or the rhythm of a song, okay? And this is for me, it's kind of important, because when kids are older, they are able to predict already what is coming in the music. So it's actually nice that they can control the movement better, and still you do play the game of start and stop, but stay always in the tempo. Okay, so let's go back now to children that are 3-year-old. So according to music learning theory of Gordon, children that are in this stage, okay, so between 3 and 5, are still in a very long period of development, which is called preparatory audiation. Okay, so Gordon speaks about audiation, which is our ability to understand music, which is not only mental but is also very connected to the body. And basically this audiation develops after when children had a very big possibility to develop their musicality, okay? And that happens, according to Gordon, between usually 0 to 6. But you know, the years and the age is always something flexible when we're talking about children. So let's not take it like how do you say, like precise moments of development. It's a period that can be shorter and that can be long, okay? Anyway, preparatory audiation works in a way in which usually we sing songs without lyrics, okay? That's what I talked about last week. So if you're interested, just go to the lesson of the last week. And I explained why we sing songs without lyrics. But here in Music Tree, when children are a bit older and they like a lot to speak, first of all, and also they like to try to repeat songs, and also they like a lot images, so animals, you know, whatever it's part of their life. If it's inside a song, becomes very interesting for children. So at Music Tree, we not only sing songs without lyrics, just pam pam pam, but we actually sing songs with lyrics too, and we tend to compose them ourselves. So we can compose songs that are not only in major or in minor, which is usually what you can find in, you know, in the repertoire of music education, but we compose songs in Dorian, in Lydian, in all the modes that we can encounter in the West, in the West music, okay? Now, my little one is passing by and she really would like to say hello, I guess. Okay, bye-bye, ciao, ciao, have fun. Ciao, Emma, have fun. Bye-bye, Emma. See you later. Yeah, you go out. Okay, she's good. Whenever she goes out, actually, she's happy. Okay, so between 3 and 5, children are definitely in this big and long period called preparatory audiation. But since their development is very flexible, it's impossible to say if they are in one stage or in another one precisely of their preparatory audiation. Okay, so if you decide to study MLT, or if you have studied MLT, you know that MLT is very, very deep. And there are lots of particular aspects that Gordon has described. So between 0 to 6, children go through 3 types of preparatory audiation. which are acculturation, imitation, and assimilation. And each of these types of audiation are divided into stages, okay? So depending on the background of the children, depending on their musical abilities, depending on their genetics, okay, they can move between these stages in a variable way, okay? They can move before on one, then maybe go back a little bit, then up again, okay? So we cannot say that children between 3 to 5 are all in imitation, for example. No, we cannot say that. But what we can offer to children, according to MLT, are the right musical information, okay? Generally, children that are between 3 and 5 are ready to imitate, generally, okay? But you can always have a child that didn't have a great musical experience in the first 5 or 6 years of life. So when they are 6, perhaps they still need to grow their musical background. Therefore, that child perhaps is still in acculturation, which was the first type of preparatory audiation, okay? But generally, children between 3 and 5 are in imitation and assimilation, okay? So in imitation, children are able to recognize basically what they're singing, and they are starting compare it to what the sounds that they found in the environment, okay? And generally, they are starting also moving a little bit more accurately, and also they can start creating their own patterns, their own musics, their own little songs, okay? This is what happens in imitation. The incredible thing about MLT is that when children are imitating, we're still not asking them to imitate, okay? We don't teach them song with the idea that they have to imitate the song or they have to learn the lyrics. That happens when children are in audiation, so much further in their growing, okay? So in their development. So when they are older than 6, older than 7, or if they have been coming to your music classes for a long time, perhaps that can happen earlier. But in general, when we're singing songs to children, including Kangaroo, we don't use these songs to teach them, but we just use the songs to make them explore music. So they just have to listen, okay? Is this clear? This is a very important part of MLT. I'm not sure if my internet is working, so if you can give me a shout that you can hear me, I'll go ahead. Yes, Sabrina just joined, so that means that you're there. Okay, because online on Facebook instead is all blocked. Okay, having said that, what happened instead in the next part of preparatory audiation? Thanks, Shirley. Basically, when children enter in assimilation instead, so in the next part, they're not only starting recognizing the sounds of their environment and starting comparing them to what they are producing, but they are actually realizing that what they are thinking to do musically, it's not yet happening. So they're not only comparing their sounds or their ideas with what is surrounding them, but they are actually getting aware that what they are thinking is not what they are producing. Okay, so it's like, let's make an example. We are 4 or 5 years old and we decide that we want to jump on the last sound of a song, and we realize that when we're jumping, we know that the music is ending, so we're getting ready to jump, and we don't jump on the last sound because we are not yet in what is the last part of preparatory audiation, which is called coordination. Okay, so basically our movement is not yet coordinated with our thinking and with our listening, so we are not yet in coordination. Okay, clear? Therefore, they are starting understanding that, oh, wait a second, I've jumped, but the music finished 1 second ago. Or, oh, I've jumped, but the music yet is not finished. Okay, so this is a very interesting moment of their development. I love it because the kids get very, very interested in what we're doing. And I like to create different type of activities. Some are completely free, okay? Some are completely dedicated to exploration and dedicated to the discovery of music through movement, through creativity. Instead, some other moments of my classes are more structured, and I ask the children to do something a bit more specific to help them even better, according to my opinion, to move on to this type of coordination, okay, which is gonna allow them then to play an instrument super easily. And this is a starting of what I call body music for children. So there is a moment where children are almost ready to, thanks Yusuf, we're almost ready to coordinate. That is super important because it's the end of, for me, it's the end of MLT, Gordon MLT, and it's the starting of body music for children. But it's very tricky because if we push them towards body music too early, then they don't have fun anymore, and actually they don't learn how to coordinate through that, okay? Body music is just something a bit more fun and that gives a lot of satisfaction to children, but actually is the exploration that really helps them to develop their musical skills, okay? So, or anyway, this type of activities that I create are all focusing on trying to make the children realizing, especially in the last stage of preparatory audiation, realizing what's happening in their brain and why what they're thinking is not actually yet happening. Okay, and it can happen by singing, it can happen by moving or playing an instrument. So now let's go back to Kangaroo, Kangaroo, this song that I composed with Sam, which is my partner. I composed it during the lockdown for a course online that was called First Steps Around the World. And we had 8 teachers from different parts of the world singing songs for the children. And Australia needed an extra song, and we composed Kangaroo. If you want to know more about this course, just write me a message because I can direct you to the online course, which is available online for the teachers as well. Anyway, Kangaroo, Kangaroo. When children are 3, I just ask them to explore their movements. And of course, Kangaroo, we're talking about Kangaroo, so they are pushed to jump naturally, okay? That's why it's also important to use songs without lyrics, so they can explore music without thinking about an image or an animal or an action, okay? So super important to have parts of the classes where there is only pure creativity and imagination, which is left to the children, and then you can perhaps add a couple of songs, or that's what I do at least, where there are more clear images and children can follow, the ideas that I have put in the music. So it's my creativity on the music, not there in that moment. Okay, so kangaroos are jumping. They are free. They are very, very young. You cannot ask them to coordinate too much. And this song has a very nice, it's really rhythmic and really, it helps you really. It brings you to jump. So I just let them jump when they are at this age, when they are 3. Although at the last part of the song, when it says jump, 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 as I said before, this is a typical start and stop part of a song. I let them stopping. So I actually, with my movement, I jump, 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 and I stop, and in that age, yes, I get the last beat of a song, jump, 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 stop. These 4 beats of a bar, I make it longer. So because they are not yet coordinating, so they need more time, not only to stop their body, but even before to realize that I have jumped. Okay? So jump, 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 and leave it long, very long. At that age, they need time, especially if you're working with 15 kids that are jumping and you want them all to stop, or at least the 95%, well, leave that long, okay? And hold a weird face. If you have a weird face, they'll probably jump and stop better. So guide them with your movement. When they are a bit older instead, 4, 4.5, and they have been coming to music for a long time, so perhaps they are already in the last stage of preparatory ideation. Then they're starting coordinating a bit better. Then you can ask them to recognize the melody, okay? So they can, you can see basically. I still don't ask them too much, but you can see that their movement, the research with their movement is more precise, okay? So it's happening, this change is happening. They are recognizing the parts of the music and they are trying to relate them to their bodies. And then when they are 5, potentially they are already coordinating. As I said before, remember that the age is not the marker of the development. It's just a general idea, okay? But usually, if they have been coming for a long time to your classes, when they are 4.5 and 5, they are almost able to coordinate, okay? At least when you do classes with MLT, that happens. Not all the type of coordination, okay, because there are different type of coordinations, different type of movements which require a bit more development. That happen when they are 8 or 9, and laterality is involved, so left and right. If you're working only with big motor skills, gross motor skills, and you don't include laterality, so left and right, then when they are 4.5 and 5, the music and the body is almost connected, the rhythm, okay, is almost connected. Then, as I said, more complicated movements require even more coordination. But that's not a problem of rhythm, that's a problem of development of coordination, okay? That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so the first part of the song, when they are a bit older, I don't let them just jump around, but I ask them to jump in specific moments, okay? So, kangaroo, kangaroo,